Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's the first time you are visiting. Happy New Year! This is my first video of 2023 and I am so excited to bring you this specific video because it has been highly requested. Now, if you haven't already guessed by the title, the video today is going to be all about 2023 new fragrance releases. Now, all of these, as far as I'm aware in the UK, have not been released yet. A couple of them have been released in the US, but I thought it would be fun to do a bit of a roundup of the fragrances that we'll be releasing early this 2023, what I think about them, and if I will be purchasing these new fragrances. So if you like the sound of that, then please do keep on watching. Now, there are so many new fragrances releasing early 2023 that I've had to condense it down into fragrances that have piqued my interest the most. I have a list of 20 on my phone and I've pulled the notes of about 12 of them, but I will do some honorable mentions too. So without further ado, I am going to start the list. I have all of the notes on my phone, including some of the fragrance notes included in these fragrances. So the first fragrance that I want to discuss that's releasing early 2023 is by Parfums de Marly, and it is called Valia. I hope I'm pronouncing that one correctly, and it's in a beautiful white bottle with a silver cap, as far as I'm aware from the images that have been released anyway. And this one has piqued my interest because it mentions that it has a cotton accord in it, or it smells like cotton, which I found really interesting. And me personally, I have been really into the soft kind of musky, fresh, clean scent as of late. So it has definitely piqued my interest. I will read you some of the notes. So it includes bergamot, mandarin, orange and white peach, orange blossom, cotton, petalia, vetiver, akigala wood, vanilla and musk. And this seems a little bit different from the Parfums de Marly lineup, which is why I'm really intrigued to try this one. I am probably not gonna blind buy it. I will try to get either a decant or head to a department store that stocks this one, but it will definitely be high on my radar to try as soon as it is released. The next two fragrances that have really piqued my interest are by Kilian, and there is not too much information around these fragrances as of yet. One of them I managed to get the full note breakdown, but the other not so much. I feel like one of them has kind of been leaked but not officially kind of press released as of yet. So let's go through the two new Kilian launches. So the first one is called Blue Moon. And I've only really seen an image of this, and it's really hard to find. Like if you Google it or try and search it on the web, it's really hard to come by the actual image. But I do have one image and I have an idea of the note breakdown just by the ingredients or the notes that it kind of includes in that press image. So it is called Blue Moon, as mentioned, and it is in the beautiful kind of liquor collection. So I really love these bottles, and it looks like the bottle is gonna be like a transparent blue, which I'm not sure how I feel about because I do like the clear crystal cut glasses. So in terms of the notes, this is just a guess and I'm going purely by what ingredients were displayed alongside the picture. So I believe Blue Moon has notes of vodka, lemon, ginger and ice. So it's definitely going to be kind of like a boozy vodka on the rocks kind of scent, which makes sense being in this lineup. Am I intrigued by it? Yes. Is it going to be my cup of tea? I am not sure, because I really loved Roses on Ice, but it is a very simple fragrance. It's very much rose, ice and a bit of cucumber. I do like it, but I haven't actually purchased it to own because I'm not sure I find it that wearable for me personally, but I'm definitely going to get my nose on this one. Do let me know what you think about that note breakdown, and is this something that intrigues you, and would you be interested in purchasing this one? Now, the second release from Kilian is one that I am more interested in, and it is called Can't Stop Loving You, and it is in the beautiful white original packaging. And the note breakdown sounds gorgeous. It feels like it could be almost a little bit similar to Love Don't Be Shy. So it's a different take on orange blossom, but we shall see. So the notes include orange blossom, bourbon vanilla, oak moss, and frankincense. Now I can't really get a true idea of what this will smell like based on those notes. However, I do like orange blossom, I do like vanilla, I do like oak moss, and I do like frankincense. So this one is very, very high on my wish list to try. and it sounds really good, to be honest. So yeah, I am very excited about that new release from Kilian. Next on my list is from Diptyque, and it is called Papier. And from what I'm gathering, it's supposed to be a kind of fresh, paper clean fragrance, which has piqued my interest as I mentioned, I am really liking those kind of fresh and clean vibe scents right now. And the notes include white musk, rice steam, mimosa, blonde woods, and roasted sesame. And it sounds absolutely incredible to me. I am definitely going to be trying this one. I could potentially even blind buy it. I don't want to say that because I hate blind buying fragrances. But the sound of like the white musk, the rice steam, blonde woods, mimosa, and sesame, it sold me already. And I do love a Diptyque bottle. So I am super excited about this launch. Let me know what you think about that note breakdown. Are you a fan of Diptyque, and will you be sampling this specific new release? Now, I couldn't do a 2023 new releases video without talking about the 2 new Tom Ford fragrances. They have been highly anticipated, and I have seen a few reviews of them already. So we have here Tom Ford Cherry Smoke, and we have Tom Ford Electric Cherry. Now, they have already launched in the US, and Cherry Smoke has launched in the UK. However, Electric Cherry will be coming in February. So I'm going to go through Electric Cherry first, especially as it hasn't released in the UK as of yet. And this includes sour cherry, ginger, jasmine, amberetoid, and pink pepper. And I have seen a few reviews on this one, and a lot of people are saying that the cherry is very fleeting, but what you are left with is a beautiful kind of indolic jasmine scent. Now, if we take cherry out of the name and we look at the rest of the note breakdown, I think it sounds really beautiful because I love a ginger note. I love the kind of zesty and spiciness that ginger gives to a fragrance. I really enjoy jasmine. I love ambrette, and I love pink pepper. So I definitely am interested to sample this. However, for the lasting power, I probably won't purchase this one, but I'm not going to say never because I need to sample it first. But Lost Cherry is a fragrance that I do enjoy. However, for the life wear, which for me is about 4 hours, it is just not worth the price point, in my opinion, for a 50ml size bottle, especially as there are so many other amazing cherry fragrances on the market. However, I do think Lost Cherry is a beautiful fragrance. So I absolutely want to try Electric Cherry. I've heard the cherry is fleeting, as I mentioned, so that doesn't bother me too much because cherry isn't one of my favorite notes in fragrance. So if I kind of take that out of the equation, it sounds like a beautiful fragrance. Will it be worth the price point? Only time will tell for me, but I definitely want to sample this one. And second is Cherry Smoke, which is the one that is getting the most attention right now. It has been launched in the UK and it has also been launched in the US. Now the price point is ouch. However, for some reason, it is cheaper to buy in the UK than the US. So if any of you are from the US, I'd recommend ordering from Selfridges because they ship internationally. And even with shipping, it will be cheaper than buying it in the US. So that's just a little bit of a top tip. Always check out Selfridges. They do fantastic international shipping. So Cherry Smoke, the notes include sour cherry and saffron, olive, which really intrigues me, leather, osmanthus, and apricot, and then woody notes, smoke, cypriol oil, and nagamortha. And I think the olive note is what intrigues me the most within this composition because olive has this really nice kind of saltiness to it and a little bit bitter. And I've heard Cherry Smoke, again, the cherry is pretty fleeting. You get it in the opening, but then it's pretty much gone after 20 minutes. But what you are left with is a nice smoky leather with a little bit of interest. Some people are saying they can pick out that olive. Some people are not. So I definitely want to sample this one. I absolutely love a smoky leather fragrance. And like I said, that olive is really intriguing to me. So I will 100% be sampling both of these fragrances. I will not blind purchase them at all. I will have to go to Selfridges to sample properly, and I will put them on the skin too. Because what people are saying is if you smell them on the tester strip, people are being kind of sucked in on that initial opening. You get the cherry notes. However, on the skin, they're kind of left a little bit disappointed when the cherry dissipates. Now, Like I said, I'm just not going to think about it being cherry fragrance specific. I'm going to go in with an open mind, and for me, the mid to the dry down is most important. So that's my thoughts on the two Tom Ford new cherry fragrances. Please do let me know what you think of these launches. Are you fed up of cherry fragrances? Because being honest, I'm kind of over cherry right now. I think it's been overdone, and I'm hoping some kind of new note gets the spotlight in 2023. Now, the next fragrance or fragrances that I want to discuss are from Amouage. And they've already released on pre-order on the Amouage website. However, there is one in particular from the lineup that intrigues me the most, but I will tell you what all 4 of them are called, and I'll pop a picture on the screen. So the newest launches from Amouage are called Guidance, Purpose, Lineage, and Search. But the one that has piqued my interest the most is called Guidance, and it sounds absolutely delicious, and the bottle is so stunning. Picture on the screen for you to have a look at and kind of woo at it. But let me read you the notes of Guidance. So we have pear, olibanum, and hazelnut. Yes to the hazelnut. Middle notes are osmanthus, saffron, jasmine, and rose, followed by base notes of sandalwood, vanilla, akigala wood, labdanum, and ambergris. And the notes that are standing out most to me are the pear and the hazelnut mixed with the kind of vanilla and the ambergris. It sounds like it's going to be really delicious. It is right up my alley, but again, it's not going to be a fragrance that I blind purchase. I believe it's in the $300 mark, so this is one that will absolutely have to be sampled, and sampled a few times before I purchase it. However, I am excited about these new releases from Amouage. They all sound really good, but Guidance is the one that intrigues me the most. Have you seen or read up anything about the 4 new Amouage releases? And if so, which one from the lineup interests you the most? Okay, the next fragrance really interests me, and I think it's going to pique the interest of many people because it's a well-loved brand and a well-loved fragrance. So Mugler are coming out with Angel, but the Elixir version. And it's been a while since we've had an Angel release. And this one sounds really interesting to me. However, I have a feeling it's not going to smell exactly like Angel, and it's going to be a little bit like Alien Goddess, where Alien Goddess and Alien Goddess Intent smell very different from the original Alien. Anyway, I'm going to read you the notes because, like I said, I am super interested in this release and I will absolutely be sampling it, and I might even blind purchase it because that's how much I want to try it. So top notes are pink pepper, followed by sandalwood, ylang ylang, and jasmine. We have orange blossom, amber extreme, and bourbon vanilla. And I must say, I'm a big fan of the OG Angel. My mum wears it sometimes and I just absolutely love it when she does. I just think it's a classic. And I know with Mugler, Alien and Angel can be a bit Marmite for some people. However, I'm one of the people that love both of them. I don't wear them often. However, the Elixir version sounds very interesting to me, and I'm super excited about this launch. Another fragrance that is highly anticipated and people are talking about quite a lot right now is the new YSL Black Opium Le Parfum. And I am not a Black Opium gal. I like the fragrance, but I've never owned it. Maybe because my mum used to wear Black Opium. She still does actually, but I don't know. I don't necessarily want to smell like my mother. When I smell it, it reminds me of her. Same with Alien and Angel. However, it is an enjoyable fragrance to me. I am a little bit sick of the flankers, and that goes for a lot of these designer fragrances. I think they can be so overdone, and I just would like to see newer releases from these brands that aren't flankers. However, with that being said, I am 100% going to be sampling Black Opium Le Parfum because it sounds incredible. It has 4 different types of vanilla in there, and that definitely piqued my interest. So let me read you through some of the notes. It has green mandarin super essence, pear, cinnamon, jasmine, and orange blossom, followed by coffee, patchouli, and then the 4 different types of vanilla. So it has Vanilla Planifolia Absolute from Madagascar. It has Vanilla Pod Absolute from Madagascar. It has Premium Vanilla Bourbon Infusion from Madagascar. And we have Vanilla Tahitianess SFE Absolute, which I'm not sure what that is. And it sounds like it's going to be even more powerful than Black Opium Intense, but with that beautiful, strong vanilla hit. So 100% going to be sampling this one, and I'm very excited to try it. Next up, we have a launch from Unique Luxury. And I don't actually own any fragrances from this brand, but this one has absolutely caught my attention because it is based on the note of marshmallow, and it's in this beautiful red opaque bottle, but it's actually called Mashamaro, which means marshmallow in Japanese. And the notes are marshmallow, toasted marshmallow, cashmere wood, milk, incense, caramel, musk, muguet, rose, praline, and vanilla. And does that not sound absolutely delicious? Now, I've spoken to someone who actually owns this fragrance because I was intrigued if it would smell a little bit like something similar to commodity milk, and they have said it doesn't, and that it's very unique. But I don't want to blind purchase it because it's a $300 fragrance, and it's very hard to get samples of. So whilst I am super intrigued by this fragrance, it's a very difficult one to sample. I don't think they stock it in any department stores in the UK. I might be wrong with that, and if I am, please do let me know down in the comments. But come on, marshmallow, incense, caramel, milk, praline. Wow. That sounds like something that I will absolutely love. So if you've sampled this one, please do let me know your thoughts because I'm honestly so intrigued. And if anyone wants to sell me a decant, then get in touch because I will pay for a decant and I really want to sample it. Let's move on to another fragrance. So the next one that I want to mention is by M.Micaleef, and it is Note Vanille Nectar. So this is the more intense extrait version of Note Vanille, which is a fragrance I absolutely love and recommend all of the time. And this one sounds incredible because it's supposed to be a stronger version of Note Vanille and a little bit more boozy. So notes are mandarin orange and citruses, jasmine, rum, cognac, sandalwood, vanilla, and amber. And the notes on it say that it's even more intense, gourmand, and suave. The Nectar Note Vanille creates a case of rare elegance for an exceptional bourbon vanilla. I think I'm sold just based on that description alone. I might actually blind purchase this one because you can get it in the smaller bottles, and I do actually have a discount code for M.Micaleef, so yeah, I might blind purchase this one myself. I'll put my discount code in the description box below if anyone else is interested in the brand. But yeah, it sounds incredible because Note Vanille is definitely in my top 3 vanilla fragrances, and the fact that this one is supposed to be a more intense, stronger version, yeah, it could be a blind purchase. I need to stop doing that. The next fragrance that's being released, and I have no idea on timelines, I just keep seeing it teased by the brand, is by Dora, which if you watch my videos, it's a brand that I love and adore, and it is called Mallow. Now it's coming in a white bottle, and all of the other Dora fragrances are in a black bottle. I have no idea what the notes are. However, the fact that it's called Mallow, I'm praying that it has marshmallow in it. Now, I'm definitely 100% going to be sampling this one when it comes out. Even though I don't know the notes, I'm just super intrigued. The fact that it's a white bottle and it's called Mallow. Pure and simple, sounds incredible. A new fragrance is releasing from Carolina Herrera, and it is Good Girl Blush. And I must admit, this one has definitely piqued my interest, and I don't own any of the Good Girl fragrances, even though I enjoy them. The bottles are personally just not to my preference. However, I do think they are unique. And the reason why the new blush one has piqued my interest is the notes of bergamot, peony, and vanilla. And it does sound beautiful, and I would love to sample it. It sounds like a softer take on the other Good Girl fragrances, and I really do enjoy the pink colouring of the bottle too, so I will be sampling that one as soon as it's available in store. We also have a highly anticipated launch from Armani, and this time it is My Way Le Parfum, and I know a lot of people have been very interested in this one. I am not personally interested in it myself because I haven't enjoyed any of the other My Way fragrances, and that is purely purely because I am not a tuberose lover, and the new launch still has tuberose in it, and I think anyone that is a big fan of the My Way lineup is probably going to love this new release. So the notes include bergamot, orange blossom, bitter orange. We have Indian tuberose, iris, American cedar, bourbon vanilla, and white musk. And I must say, the bottle is really pretty. I love that darker gradient finish. And yeah, like I said, if you are a My Way lover, you are probably going to want to sample this new release. We also have a launch from Lancôme, and it is Le Nuit Tresor Fleur de Nuit. And this one actually sounds really good to me. Has notes of rose, belle de nuit flower, tuberose, yes it has tuberose, but I'm going to try it, jasmine, cafe macchiato, and as far as I'm aware, there's no other fragrance within this lineup with a coffee note, patchouli and benzoin, and the bottle I think is gorgeous, and I would definitely be sampling this one when it is released. So I'm going to just briefly mention 2 more new releases, and very broadly because there's so many new releases and I can't go through them all, but news dropped that there's also a new Valentino Donna Born in Roma Intense coming out. Now again, this wasn't a fragrance that I was massively keen on. However, if you are a fan of the Valentino Donna Born in Roma, you will probably want to sample the Intense version. The notes actually sound really good, so I will get my nose on this too. And last but not least, we have the newest launch from Guerlain, which is La Petite Robe Noir Rose Cherry. And I do want to sample it. However, at this point, as I mentioned, I'm kind of over cherry fragrances. It does sound beautiful. We have cherry blossom, white tea, cherry, rose, Turkish rose, white musk, and vanilla. And I like the sound of the cherry blossom and the white tea. I did read somewhere else that it has a cherry water note, so I'm absolutely going to be sampling this one. But will I purchase it? I'm not sure. So that's all the fragrances I'm going to be discussing in terms of newest releases in 2023. There are still more that I could be discussing. However, I've just kind of talked about the ones that have piqued my interest the most thus far. The ones I'm interested the most in are definitely Parfums de Marly, Valia, Kilian Can't Stop Loving You, and Diptyque's Papier. They are the 3 that I think have intrigued me the most, and I will 100% be getting my nose on. But to be honest, when any new fragrance releases, I always try and sample it, even if the notes aren't to my taste, because I love to be able to give you a review. Just because I don't enjoy a certain fragrance note doesn't mean you won't enjoy that fragrance note. And I do like to give you a rounded review of all fragrances, even though they might not be to my taste. So out of all of the fragrances that I've discussed today, which ones interest you the most? And are there any that I've missed off the list that are on your radar? Please do let me know down in the comments, because I definitely get really excited about new releases. So I would love to know which ones excite you the most too. Thank you so much for watching today. It's been a pleasure as always. I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video and subscribe to my channel. Of course, only if you enjoyed the content. But I will see you all very soon. Have a wonderful day. Thank you and goodbye.